Hey guys, today I'm sharing with you one of my favorite chocolate chip cookies to make. Now, I love cookies in general, but this is definitely one of my top three because it is everything that I want in a cookie. It's chewy, and it's crispy at the same time. It's full of melted chocolate and caramelized crispy edges. In a bowl, I'm going to start off with one stick of butter that I've popped into the microwave for about a minute and got it melted. This is unsalted butter, one stick or 8 tablespoons. And to that, we're going to add in some brown sugar. I'm going in with 3/4 cups of brown sugar. And we're going to whisk this together. You can use your standing mixer or hand mixer if you want. I'm just going to go use a whisk. And you want to whisk this for about a minute until it becomes a fudge-like consistency. Really take about a minute because after maybe it looks like it's coming together there, but if I left it alone, you can see that there is butter still at the edges. It's not completely together. So take about a minute and really mix it in, and what's going to happen is it's going to become like a fudge, thick and caramelized and fudgy, and it's also going to start becoming lighter in color. Gave my arm a little workout to compensate for those cookies that I'm going to have in a little bit. So you can see that it's come lighter in color. It's really thick and kind of like a fudge-like consistency. Beautiful, exactly what we're looking for. Alright, and to that we're going to go ahead and add in a nice splash of vanilla extract. Just about a teaspoon of vanilla. And give that a mix. And to that we're going to add in 1 large egg. We're going to go ahead and give this egg a really good mix for about 30 seconds or so until fully incorporated. Okay, so now we're going to talk about our dry ingredients. Now, my secret ingredient for a really chewy cookie, what helps this be really chewy but crispy at the same time, which is like perfection, is cake flour. I love to use this in these chocolate chip cookies because they are just perfection. Like, seriously, they're so good. So go ahead and use some cake flour. But if you don't have cake flour, just go ahead and use 1 cup of all-purpose flour and 1/4 cup of cornstarch. In this case, we're going to be using 1 1/4 cup of cake flour. But if you don't have the cake flour, just use 1 cup of all-purpose flour and 1/4 cup of cornstarch. And to that, we're going to need some baking soda. Make sure your baking soda is nice and fresh. I like to just kind of give it a gentle mix before I add it in the box. And we're going to need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. We want to make sure that that baking soda is also evenly distributed throughout our cookie. So I give it a mix in my little sieve here before I go ahead and sift it all throughout. We're going to start to incorporate this, and until it is halfway mixed in, then we're going to add in our chocolate chips. Now, you can use any kind of chocolate chips that you want. Semi-sweet works best because it melts really well and it balances off the sweetness of the cookie with the sort of sweetness of the chocolate chip. But you can really use anything that you want. Sometimes I've used milk chocolate chips along with semi-sweet, but the semi-sweet works best because it just melts really well. You can even use chocolate chunks. You do you. And give that a good mix until fully incorporated and you don't see any more flour. Now this has to chill before you bake it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this in some cling wrap. I'm actually having some of these cookies right now. I like to actually have it in my coffee, which may seem crazy, but I love it. And the cookies itself kind of like is like a toffee-like cookie. It's caramelized and crunchy, but chewy. Seriously, you gotta try it. So I am forming this into a log because the thinner it is, the faster it's gonna firm up. So you don't want just one big blob of cookie dough. So form it into a log. Place this in your freezer for about 30 minutes or in your fridge for a couple hours. Of course, I do the freezer method because you know it's faster and easier. And after about 30 minutes or so, make sure your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. And we're gonna take this out. It's nice and firm. And we're gonna form it into a little ball. I'm using about 2 tablespoon amount and just roll that into a ball. Make sure they are spaced out because they will spread with the baking soda. And these will bake for 15 minutes at 350. I did not space 2 of them perfectly spaced apart, but that's fine. You know what? It doesn't affect the taste of it at all. And these are perfectly brown after 15 minutes. It's golden brown on the top, and it's flat, it's crispy, it's chewy. I mean, oh my goodness. It's chewy, ooey gooey, chocolate chewy in the center, but the outside is like a really nice crunch. You don't want to overbake them because they will get too crispy and you won't get that chewiness in the center. So 15 minutes works well in my oven. It may take about 12 to 15 minutes depending on your oven. You just want a nice golden brown all throughout. And that's it, guys. I hope that you guys enjoy this recipe. If you love chocolate chip cookies, which I do, they're so easy to make and they're so good, and you can have the dough in the fridge for any time just to pop in the oven, and they're perfection. Everyone loves them. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.